Alright, I was on YouTube today, and for some reason, the algorithm was really plugging videos about shortcuts or content with really clickbaity titles about, like one thing that completely changed my improvisation, or I couldn't play jazz until I learned this one thing. And I would just like to say that generally, shortcuts are not life changing. At best, they're usually like, oh, cool, I didn't think of it that way. And maybe you're like 1% better for it. What's funny to me is that sometimes these shortcuts aren't really shortcuts at all. They're just concepts. I feel like I've seen so many videos where someone says, try this shortcut for playing jazz. It's called the bebop scale. And all you need to do is work it out through every chord quality and key, and you're golden. And it's like, yeah, man, that's not a shortcut. That's just practicing. So, I guess it's good that people are advocating for practice, but I feel like the downside is that some people see that and learn the lick as the person played it, and they apply it to the chord and then say like, okay, I don't feel like that helped me very much. Like, the lick just demonstrates the idea. You have to extrapolate the concept and run it into the ground to really become proficient, and that is not something that can be done with a shortcut. That takes a lot of time. So, speaking from experience as an educator, learning doesn't really happen in massive chunks. Like, people rarely go from zero to 100 in terms of learning an idea and then everything just clicks and they're all of a sudden killing. Instead, it's more like they put an idea together, and then by doing that, they can put subsequent related ideas together, continuing to forge the connections that help them steadily improve through consistent hard work. To give a simple analogy, it's like if you learn multiplication with 2 times 2 equals 4. The first time someone asks you what's 2 times 8, you don't immediately say 16. You have to go through a process of like, okay, 2 times 2 made 4. So if I have 2 groups of 8 or 8 groups of 2, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Now, obviously, the more you practice and really understand the idea, it becomes easier and more like second nature, but you don't start there. Instead, the first thing you understand gives you the tools to make the connection that allows you to understand the second thing. In other words, learning that 2 times 2 equals 4 doesn't teach you that 2 times 3 equals 6. It lays the foundation for you to figure out that 2 times 3 equals 6 by using the same logical principles. Make sense? And another point that I want to make very clear is that no shortcut someone shows you will compensate for a lack of proficiency. For viewers of my generation, think about playing Mario Kart, something with actual shortcuts. Those shortcuts are helpful, but they're not going to win you the race if you suck at the game, right? Like, you still have to be pretty good to be competitive, and the shortcuts won't compensate for you falling off the course every 10 seconds, Likewise, think about if someone said, here's a shortcut for shooting free throws. Like, nothing that person shows you will replace the sheer number of hours you need to put in to become good at the thing. Now, I don't care what people do for views on YouTube, but I just felt like I should reiterate to you, my viewers, that shortcuts pretty much aren't real, and it's mostly just a buttload of hard work. Alrighty, back to the shed with you.